What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, can you believe it? The Chicago Bulls won a game. We snap a 5-game losing streak against, of all teams, the Los Angeles Clippers. The Los Angeles Clippers right now sit 24-18. A lot of that was without Kawhi Leonard as well. Today there was no Kawhi Leonard either. The Bulls were able to execute and win a game that maybe not many people thought we could win. Keep in mind, this is the second night of a back-to-back as well. It seems like it's the most random time to actually get your stuff together and roll in with a victory, but hey, I guess I'll take it than not. Let's talk about the game in this video. Before we get any further though, if you enjoyed the video and you'd like to see more from me, feel free to drop a like, follow, and or subscribe if you are new, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls, their game today, and your player of the game as we win this one 112-99. Now, as I mentioned before, it's type of a random game to kind of walk in and win the game. And you know what? An extremely good third quarter is what really sealed the deal for the Bulls in this one. Our third quarter was fantastic. We ended up scoring 36 points, but most importantly, we held the Clippers to 16 points. The Clippers had two 16-point quarters in this game, or one 18, sorry, and one 16-point quarter in this game. That's where the Bulls won it. So it's not necessarily just about the Bulls offense. And finally, Zach LaVine dropping 35 points. Oh my goodness, surprise, we win the game. Josh Giddey nearly getting a triple-double. Surprise, we win the game. Or even our bench, Talen Horton-Tucker re-emerging himself as the better scorer on this bench with 18 points. Those are all fine and good. But we actually held the Clippers to a really respectable score. And we had two great defensive quarters there. You can put it down to the Clippers not scoring, but you also got to give credit to the Bulls' defense there. And that's where guys like Lonzo Ball comes into play. He didn't have the most amazing stat line, but he gets the job done on the defensive end. That's where guys like Patrick Williams comes into play. That's where a lot of our bench guys come into play. And this is why I would consider this game, even if the stats don't show it, a very well-rounded team effort to, I guess, kind of have. And it's good. It's a good effort to have because we've been questioning the effort. Let's be honest, we have been. We've been questioning the mentality. We've been questioning the effort, especially at home. It's just not acceptable to lose 5 in a row or 4 in a row at home and then one game against Portland. That's very winnable. You should be winning those games. And again, this team clearly has a lot to learn and they clearly have a lot of consistency issues to sort out. Billy Donovan is talking about consistency issues as well. We just got to figure it out how to get consistent again. We had a good start to the season, and for whatever reason, we let our standards drop a little bit. And it's time to raise it up a bit, because again, we're already not one of the better teams in the NBA. I can completely understand that. But the last thing I want to see is our offense to take the massive hit that it's taken over the past few games. We need to see that execution, I guess, rise again, if you know what I mean. And defensively, I do think we've gotten better defensively over the course of the last few months. I have no idea what the stats necessarily show on that situation, because I'm sure the stats still put us as one of the worst teams on defense in the league, but I think we've gotten better than the start of the year. But now, for whatever reason, our offense seems to be not letting us down, but it's taking the hit because of it. It's hard to explain, but either way, let's take a look at some team stats real quick. So first and foremost, we shot better than the Clippers in terms of the three-point line. 32.6% from three for the Bulls. The Clippers only shot 21.4% from three. And we took 4 more threes than them. So in the end, we made, and shot at a better efficiency. Not much more you can ask for there. And again, shooting 32.6% isn't great, but it's still better than what the Clippers did. So I'll have to take it in this time out. Even field goal percentage-wise, we shot better than the Clippers, only by 1%. Unfortunately, got dominated in the paints. But again, I think when it comes to the Clippers, they're definitely a team that likes to drive and use that paint to their advantage. They've always been that type of team. They're a drive and kick type of team. And, you know, when you got guys like James Harden that is so good at the pick and roll, I think he had a double-double today, James Harden. When you get someone that's so good in the pick and roll and always fighting the roll man like James Harden does, it is kind of hard to stop that battle. And the Bulls don't have rim protection anyway. So it kind of does make sense that we did lose that battle. But we won the assist battle. I believe we won the rebounding battle as well. So we won a lot of major battles. The only major battle that we did lose was points in the paint. And it does make sense why we lost that battle. Now, Am I going to sit here and tell you the Bulls need to replicate this performance again and again and again? Well, maybe against some teams, this type of performance won't be enough. I think we need to replicate the defensive performance again. I think we need to really take pride in shutting a team down. And you know what? When we play the Golden State Warriors next, that's what I'm going to be looking for in that game. Now, I'm not necessarily going to tell you we're going to beat the Golden State Warriors, because I don't think we usually never beat the Golden State Warriors. But what I want to see is a strong defensive effort. Because one game isn't enough. One game of stopping a team or one game of a team really having an off night, whatever you put it down to, is not enough for the Bulls. I want to see the Bulls chase everybody off that three-point line. I want to see the Bulls attack teams defensively. And the Golden State Warriors, to me, seems like the perfect team to do it against because they are a good offensive team. I know the stats might not show that either, but again, when you got guys like Stephen Curry running around the entire perimeter all game long, I want to see how good of an effort the Bulls could do to stop that. When we're talking about guys like Andrew Wiggins that on any given night can knock down mid-ranges and really ruin your night. Or even, just the passing and the playmaking that team has. It's going to be difficult to stop. And at the end of the day, that's what I'm looking for. I want to see a game where the Bulls will find it difficult, but I want to see them rise to that challenge. Because today was a good start, with the defense at least. We got to see more. Continuation of the progress. And let's hope the Golden State Warriors is an example of that. Or we could just see Golden State drop 120, 130 points on us. Maybe it's just going to be all offense and no defense for both teams. Because I don't think Golden State are necessarily the best defensive team there either. Could be a fun one. We'll have to wait and see. With that being said, my player of the game, it's very difficult to give because I think Zach LaVine's third quarter for the Bulls with his ability to score was fantastic. Purely fantastic, right? I mean, I think he had 35 points in the game in total. But what makes me question giving it to Zach LaVine is that he was just a scorer in this game. Maybe defensively he added a couple of things, but he had no assists. Barely any rebounds. And then when I look at a guy like Josh Giddey, who didn't have the 35 points Zach LaVine had, and definitely not on the efficiency. I think Zach LaVine was very efficient today as well. But he had 10 rebounds, and he had 9 assists. And I think if you add all of those up, it might make more of an impact than Zach LaVine's 35. Again, you got Josh Giddey, the playmaker, and you got Zach LaVine, the scorer. That's how it's supposed to be sometimes. If I could give a duo player of the game, would go to those two, because they worked really well together today. I will give it to my Australian brethren, Josh Giddey. I gave him a very harsh time in the last game, and it's more because I think he shouldn't have played for most of that game, to be honest, because he did stink up the joint. It's a great way to respond. That's all we want to see. When you see a player struggle in the last game, if they can respond in the next game, that's all you want. That's literally all you want, a response. And that's exactly what we got from Josh Giddey. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's my game reaction. In a couple of days' time, we're going to be taking on the Golden State Warriors. Like I said, I want defensive progression. Will we see it? Or will we continue to struggle? Maybe this was a one-off game. Maybe the Clippers had a bad night. Maybe the Bulls continue to lose. I don't know. Maybe this is just a one game, break the skid, and then we go on another one. Who knows? I honestly couldn't tell you. Maybe it is about that time in the season when the Bulls will start to get exposed. I said it would come eventually. It might be now. And if it is, oh boy, I'm not going to be excited for that. I'll see you guys in the next one, though. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.